my babies, it's another vlog. So we're here in Vegas. We're on our way to brunch. Where are we going?
Early Birds.
Early Birds. So this is our first time going there. I think they just recently opened up in this year.
Yes.
Yes.
In April.
So I'm gonna bring you guys along, and we're gonna have some brunch. You guys, let me know what you think of the food once we get there. Okay. I had the shroom, which is an omelet. It's a mushroom omelet with, I believe, like Swiss cheese, and then it also had like this mushroom type gravy on top. I liked it. I really, it had like mushroom in it. It was like a mushroom infused like gravy on top. It was really good. I enjoyed it. It also came with white toast, which is butter, and then it had like potato, like little small potatoes that smashed. It was seasoned well, salty, everything was good. The omelet is very delicious. I love mushrooms, so that's the reason why I got it. And then we got the, what drink is this?
That's the blackberry basil spritz.
Blackberry basil spritz.
Yeah, you can see the basil, and they giving real bay leaves. Yes,
okay.
They really
giving
bay leaves.
Yay, yes. Hey. And the drink is good. You do have to stir it up a little bit because the liquor be at the bottom, y'all.
The liquor is liquoring.
Yeah, it's strong.
They liquor is liquoring.
Yeah, it's strong.
But yeah.
But yeah, so
what would you rate it, Toya?
My overall experience, it was an hour wait. They told us 30 minutes, but we was there for a little bit longer. I wish they would have told us that they had a seating area instead of us standing that whole hour because, honey, it made the hour seem longer. The food is okay. I've had a better, especially when it comes to omelets, I had better. We're going to go to another spot later, a little bit later.
No, you can't tell them until we get there.
Okay. But we went there last year. I think you guys saw it, but I'm going to show a little bit more of the atmosphere in this video. Yeah, I showed a little clippings of it last year. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit more. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. Last year I just showed you, but now I'm bringing you with me. You're coming with me. But I would say, like, included in the weight, the atmosphere, you know what? I would give it a solid 7.
Okay, I
give it a solid 7.
Yeah, 7.
With the atmosphere, the weight, including the food. Yeah.
A little above average, just a little.
A little, yeah. I would give it but my coconut cream cheese frosting pancakes.
Hold on, wait. We gotta see her face because she is in love with this coconut cream. Go ahead, say, girl.
The coconut cream cheese frosting.
And look at
the plate.
I know the after, because and trust me, I would have ate this, but the belly is bellying, so I couldn't do it. And I got a tank top on, but yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it.
I also got a fruit cup, and yes, fruit. The fruit is going. They give you fruit. They didn't give you any like cheap fruits like bananas. A lot of places do like bananas, oranges, and apples. They actually give you berries, and I really enjoyed that. Sometimes it's like, you know, you playing Russian roulette depending on fruit bowls because you don't know what you're really getting until you get it because it always say like seasoned fruit. But I really enjoyed that fruit bowl. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, y'all, so we just finished wrapping our food up. Honey, baby, let me tell you, this food is so good. If you come to Vegas, you have to stop by the omelet house. You have to stop by because this food is banging. The experience, 10 out of 10. At least on my part, as for the food, 10 out of 10. And you know, I usually don't give a 10 out of 10. There's always room for improvement, but they don't need to change nothing. Nothing. Alright, girls. How was your food?
Delicious. Even though I took the chicken steak back because of the gravy, now I'm the swine.
Not the swine.
I did get the brisket, the omelet brisket, and it was rocking. Everything was good.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Service 10 out of 10.
Okay, service is 10 out of 10. And there was no wait.
Yes.
All right.
It's the weight for me. It's the weight. Oh. What did I have? I had the Liberty Bell with Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, it was. It was delicious. I would rate it a 10 out of 10. My stomach is tight. It's tight. I definitely recommend the Liberty Bell Philadelphia cheesesteak. I got it with cheddar cheese. Delicious. It came with mushrooms. It came with onions, peppers. Loved it. Thumbs up.
So I want to catch you guys up on what's been going on. Okay, so I'm not quite sure where we left off. I think we left off at Taste Buds. It took us so long for us to get our food from Taste Buds. It took like well over an hour after we placed our order to get our food. So for me, my friends, they placed the order first. I was the last one to place my order out of the group. And I got my food before them. It took, I would say, about 45 minutes for me to get my food. And then it took them even longer to get their food. So we didn't really have time to sit down and show you what we had. I think I recorded a video of what we had. I think I did. If I did, you've already seen it. But I think I recorded a video of everything that we ordered before we ate, but we was in such a hurry because we had to get ready for our next event. All right, so let me just go ahead and give you a brief review on the food from Taste Buds. Okay, I got the oxtails and lobster mac and cheese. Now, usually whenever you get like seafood mac and cheese or oxtail mac and cheese, it's mac and cheese, but it's mixed in it with like a gooey cheese crust on top and everything. It's basically like baked inside the mac and cheese. With theirs, it's pretty much macaroni and cheese, and it has the meat that you order on top. Now, the platter that I got was like $60. That was ridiculously high. Like when I was placing my order, I saw the item option there, but I didn't see the price. Now they did have pricing on all of the items, but on the menu, I didn't see the oxtails, lobster, mac and cheese on there with the pricing. I just saw pictures of it with the name as an option that we could order on the menu. So I didn't know the price of the item until once I placed the order and I saw my total. I was kind of blown away, but I already placed the order, so I just went ahead and got it. Was it worth $60? I'm gonna be real with you, no. I'm gonna be a bug with you, no. I feel like the only reason why it was $60 is because of the oxtails and then the lobster. The mac and cheese was it was okay. I've had way better mac and cheese. It's not the worst, but it was not the best. It's far from the best. It really was. It was cheese. It had like a cheese sauce, but it wasn't like ooey gooey cheesy. Not like what you expect for mac and cheese. Let me start doing my makeup. But it was okay. It tastes good, but there was some texture issues with it that I didn't too much care for. My main thing was the fact that it had like a powder substance to it. Okay, so enough about the food. That was like the longest thing. Enough about the food. Let me see, what else did we end up doing? So after that, we end up leaving. I think that was the same day. Yeah, we end up leaving. We went to go We went to Drea's. That's where we went. We ended up going to Drea's. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, like the products that I am using. So as for my under eye, I have the Huda Beauty, and then the Haas Lab concealer. I put dots under my eyes. I'm letting that sit a little bit so then I can blend it out. As for my contour, I'm mixing together a couple of my wrong palette. My shades from Iconic London. If you watch my videos, you know I love this palette. I usually use this middle shade here as my contour, but I have panned it, so I mix together these two shades to get the ideal color. And right now I'm just mixing together my Makeup Forever, the HD Skin, and the HD Glow Skin. So this foundation and the other one, I just have samples of it, so I'm just mixing the samples together because I like that matte yet dewy look. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hopefully this comes out to be my proper color. Otherwise I'm gonna have to figure out and finagle this. But anyway, so as for, okay, so we end up going to Drea's. We end up going to Drea's after we ate. The reason why we went to Drea's because Drea was having, they had Lil Wayne there. Lil Wayne was there to perform at Drea's. So we wanted to at least see Lil Wayne because that was like my biggest thing for the Lovers and Friends Festival. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, Lil Wayne gonna be there. I have not seen him perform. I've never been to his concerts. I haven't been to a lot of people's concerts. I feel like now that I'm an adult, I go to more concerts than I have when I was a kid. More or less because I really didn't have anybody to go with or take me or go with. We end up seeing him perform. Lord have mercy. Our experience at Drea's, and I'm not like a Debbie Downer in any way, shape, or form. I always try to make the best out of situations. But yo, I felt like we was Target. I don't know what was going on, but it was like you have to. All the women get in free, right? Up until like a particular time. I believe it was like 10:30. You can you get signed up to be on the list, or you can get a code. So my thing was I went ahead and I signed up for the code so that all I have to do is show a barcode and I get in. I went ahead and went that route. I found that on Instagram, and then like while we was out, there was a promoter that put us on the list so that we could just go ahead and get in. And I was pretty much like cool because that's, you know, we covered on both ends. Either way, we get in for free. We don't have to worry about paying or anything like that. And most of the time when it comes to clubs, women, we get in free because we attract them in. Okay, boom. So we get there. It was very unorganized. Very much so unorganized. They had multiple lines. One line was for the people who was on the list. There was another line for people who had the barcode, and then there was other people. There was another line where you don't have anything. You have to either get in or pay or whatever. So there was 3 separate lines, but you couldn't tell where the end of any of the lines were. So we stayed there for a little bit trying to figure out which line we needed to be in. We went in originally the first line. The first line we ended up going to was the one for the list. So we was thinking that the promoter was going to meet us outside and bring us in, because usually in the past that's how it goes. If the promoter signed you up, the promoter would come and get you. That didn't happen, so we ended up finding another line for if you have a ticket. So we went that route, which was better because that line was not long at all. It was very short. It's just that if you found the line, if you could find where it was at, then you was golden. So I go, let me backtrack. So when I signed up to get my ticket, I texted to my friends and told them that they need to sign up too. They said that they had signed up already. And I was like, okay, cool. I also asked them if they got the barcode. They was like, they didn't get a barcode. They didn't see anything in the email, but they signed up. They had like a confirmation saying that they signed up. But they signed up, kind of find out they end up signing up through a different site. But at the time, I didn't know. So we get there. We get to the front of the line. It was like, do you have a barcode? Like, yeah. So I showed them my barcode. The girls, they were trying to figure out on the barcode they showed the confirmation. They was like, they don't take that. That's not their stuff. Anyway, it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. Okay, the color of that looks nice. Let me just bring it down my neck just to make sure everything is together. Okay, so the color, everything, it was a whole mess. It was a mess on that end because what they had, they said that they didn't take. So they was like, okay, well, we're on the list, which we were on the list. But then at that time, it was like 10 o'clock. It was like 10:09. They said they stopped taking people at 10 o'clock. But in the text message from the promoter, they supposed to stop at 10:30. They was like, oh, well, we cut it short. Well, how we supposed to know that? So we stayed in our little cubby corner, which was like along the stairs. Nobody was saying anything. We was good. So we stayed there for a little bit. And one security guard, they came, which was the same one they had been bothering us. I don't know how he was making it from one place to another place. He was kind of polite. Like, he wasn't rude. He was just like, you can't stand there. He kept looking at me like, please, please, can you move? You can't stand there. And the only reason why I say he was nice, because he was saying please. Like, he was really trying to be nice about it. So he came up to us again. He was like, oh, you can't stand here. And then I'm like, yo, like, let's be for real. We've moved so many places. We've been here for X amount of hours. There's nowhere we could stand. We're not in anybody's way. We're not. So what do you want us to do? Because when we were standing there, where these guys are standing, because there's guys standing there, they standing there where we were standing. Tell them to move. At that point, they kind of just left us alone. You get what I'm saying? Like, tell them to move. Like, there's people standing in spots where you just told us to move, but you're not saying anything to them. What's up? Because it's guys? Are you afraid of a little, you know, testosterone? Is that what's going on? And it wasn't just us. I'm not even gonna lie. It wasn't just us, because there was another girl, a group of girls that was like saying the same things. Like, you just keep telling us to move, but yet you ain't telling the guys to move. Like, what's up? But anyway, we ended up meeting this guy. He was cute. He was a sweet little young dude, like a little young dude. He stopped. He was like, oh, y'all look like bosses. This and the third, blah blah blah. He was like, y'all so attractive, or whatever, blah blah blah. And I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to like hook us up with somebody. Like one guy was like his brother. The other one was like his cousin. It was some weird mess. And so me, I feel like it was some weird mess. Like, he was like, oh, they got a table. So we went with him because I'm like, shoot, we can go sit down. That's cool. That's all right with me. But come to find out, it wasn't their table. It was like somebody that they was with table. So we end up leaving. Like, I didn't even ask to sit with them because it wasn't their table. You know, I wasn't even like, oh, you're going to let us sit down. If you didn't offer, I'm not going to ask. So we end up, we stayed there for a little bit, but we end up leaving because one of the guys asked me, he was like, do you need to go use the restroom? And I was like, no. He was like, oh, well, I need to go use the restroom. You want to come with me? No, you a grown-ass man. You can go to the bathroom by yourself. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not stupid. I'm not dense. I know exactly what he was going for. But that's what I told him. I was like, no, you're a grown man. You can go to the bathroom by yourself. Like, I'm not going. I don't know. Like, ew, what? What man asked you to go to the bathroom? Like, I know what man asked you to go to the bathroom. I know what's up. But not here, player. Ew. Gross. But yeah, like that, after that, we just end up going back to our little corner. And the guy that like brought us over there originally, he was like a little kid. I feel like he was like pushing weed. I feel like that's what he was. I think he was like the weed guy in the joint. But he was sweet. He was cool because like when Lil Wayne came out, he was like, come on, I got a spot for y'all. So it was like, okay, so we was able to move closer to the stage and had like a good view of Wayne, way better than where we were standing because we couldn't even see the stage where we were standing. But yeah, we had a good view of the stage. We saw Lil Wayne. That was cool. And then after that, we went home. We went back to the hotel. We didn't do anything else. I think we were supposed to like go out. Actually, no, I don't think we were supposed to go out. I don't know. We went to bed. Well, I know I went to bed. And then here we go for yesterday. This would have been Sunday, Cinco de Mayo. Sunday, we ended up just going around in Vegas. We were supposed to, we went to a pool party, which was at Drea's. The experience at Drea's this go round, I had to check my battery because shoot, then it turned off on me. So the experience at Drea's this go around was completely different. I guess they had a complete different staff, but that was cool. It was at that point, let me see, how was it? It was cool. It wasn't bad at all. It was just cold. It was cold outside. The wind was blowing. We, since it was a pool party, we dressed like it was a pool party, but that wasn't the case. Like, well, it was a pool party, but we could have dressed completely different. Like, we could have put on more clothes. But we went to Drea's because we wanted to see Mario, the singer, the R&B singer. He was going to be there. And we was there for like a couple of hours, but we ended up leaving because our room, we ended up switching rooms yesterday morning. And our room was ready for us like around 2:30. So we end up leaving Drea's. Once you go in, you can come back in as long as you come in before they close or before it's over. So we left. We go get our room. We get our luggage. We actually changed clothes because we was like, we need to put on something cooler, well, warmer to go back out there. That's what we did. But then by the time we got done, dressed and everything, and went back, Mario was to perform at 4:30. We didn't leave the hotel until like a little bit after 4:30. It was like 4:45 by the time we left. So I kind of already knew I had the feeling that we wasn't gonna make it, and we didn't. We didn't make it. We didn't get a chance. We actually, by the time we made it back to Drea's, they had closed the gate, and he pretty much had done his performance. He was done like 10 minutes before we got there, so we was gonna miss him either way. So that was it. We walked around Vegas a little bit. I do have footage of that. I think I showed you guys a little bit of that, but honey, that's pretty much what you get. I'm gonna bring you guys along with me today. Today is actually, what is this, April 6th? Let me see. Today is Monday, today is Monday, May 6th. So we got a nice little schedule today. I'm not gonna tell you what all we doing or what all we got planned, but I am gonna bring you guys along so that you can see like our final day in Vegas. Tomorrow we have a late flight. Our flight don't leave out until 3. So there's a couple things we probably gonna do tomorrow, but probably gonna just get something to eat. Probably just gonna eat. But today is our last day, and girl, did all that talking. Well, I'm almost done. I just got a little bit. I just gotta do my setting powder and then add a little bit color to my face, and then I'm done. I'm not gonna do too much. What I have on now is more than enough, and we're about to leave in a minute. So let me go ahead and finish this up so that we can go, y'all.